The title of this workshop was Thriving in Chaos, and you and I had discussed this. So speaking of chaos, this has been crazy year, right? So for everybody. I don't think anyone unequivocally can say this was not, 2020 isn't over yet, but certainly a disruptor year. So supply chains disrupted, commodity markets disrupted. And so what I'm hoping you can do is sort of shed light, because I know we have some aspiring entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs on the phone and on the call today, but can you walk us through not just how you navigate through ambiguity and all the craziness that's going on in the world today, but just how do you come at the other end successful?
So first and most important thing that I've done throughout Frontier Markets' journey has been had a very strong board. As a founder, it's so important that you stick to your core vision, mission, and culture and identity. What was our mission and our identity was that we will be there for rural customers, right? They are the king. They're our first priority, right? Our vision was around alignment with that. However, this is a business, right? What am I going to do with $500,000 of debt outstanding if I don't have new capital to raise later? So I went to the board and we co-created solutions, right? And we decided that we would take that risk because brand equity was far more important than a short-term crisis. So we constantly looked at crises as short-term moments of time, that if you can navigate around it with better solutions, you could actually thrive in it. So again, summarizing key takeaways for us was that work with board members, work with mentors to kind of create a task force for solutions. Leverage your networks to then get your story out faster, right? Because your philosophy and your experience is quite, it's the most relevant than anything that a McKinsey report will give, right? In terms of an economy, because you're on the ground. So get your message out there and use platforms to make that happen. And I think that was a really big game changer. Third, leverage your board and your connects to get capital, right? Prove that you're worth investing in. And that's how we raised $2.5 million, right? We at a time where people were, barely surviving or shutting down, we raised more capital as a company than we have into the history of our making, because we were able to show how well we were aware of the ground realities, how well we owned our market, how well we saw this as a short-term crisis for a long-term solution of brand equity, and we trusted our platforms to endorse us in the same way. And I think finally, I would say that in any crisis, turn to your customers because they know what they need the best. And I think, we're lucky to have women entrepreneurs. Our women entrepreneurs were the ones that navigated all of this for us, right? They were the ones that were the battlefield sales force that went on the ground, asked the customers the real questions, and helped co-create their solutions. And I think that co-creation with rural women to serve a rural economy was that game changer for us in terms of driving how we're going to future forward. And finally, collaboration. We collaborated with almost 25 different product partner and service companies, from fintechs to FMCG to appliances. So all of us united, and I think that's the other powerful point that I'll say to all the ladies that are becoming entrepreneurs. As South Asian women, we are very good at problem solving, conflict management, and coordination, right? So bringing 20 companies together to have a shared value approach is no feat. It's not easy, but it's something that's very doable. And I feel like that's something that is, again, an asset for leaders like us. And I think that because we come from big families and we come from a lot of people that have very strong opinions, we know how to navigate and get some people on a common ground. And I think that was the other major success factor in navigating this crisis and coming out thriving. Today we have the 10,000 women entrepreneurs are now growing at 10x. I actually have created my 2025 vision, which I never thought I would get here, but it's to create 1 million entrepreneurs, to create 100 million rural households, scaling across pan-India, leveraging tech innovation, AI, digital financial services, and it's not sounding crazy. And we're actually rallying the capital, rallying the partners, and I'm doing all of this sitting from my apartment in Jaipur, right, on my laptop. And I think that's why when we were kind of creating this title, I said, it's thriving in chaos, right? Chaos brings a forceful reality to think outside of the box, and also really remember who your partners, resources, and friends are, and how do you navigate all of that together to create bigger and better solutions to thrive.